You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine.
And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. Back like we ain't never left, baby. So a couple things to talk about today. But first, how's everyone doing? How we living? You doing good today? That's good to hear. So first things first. We gotta nip some stuff in the bud. We gotta put a stop to it. And this is gonna really spotlight the difference between actual journalism, actual honest media, and just trying to kick a dead horse and not being fair and honest. So I've been seeing headlines around saying people have been ingesting cleaning products, and there's been a spike of people ingesting cleaning products within the last 24 hours with the whole Donald Trump situation, scandal, gate, whatever you want to call it. And people are like, see, look what happened. We told you. First and foremost, I'll reiterate, he didn't tell people to ingest or to consume cleaning products in any way, shape, and form. He didn't tell people to go do that, first and foremost. Secondly, these titles are being incredibly misleading. Okay? And so I just want to kind of touch base with you guys on what actually is happening. So, a high number of New Yorkers have contacted the city health authorities for ingesting bleach or household cleaners after following Donald Trump's controversial claim that injecting such products would cure coronavirus. Again, misleading. According to the New York Daily News, the Poisonous Control Center managed a total of 30 cases of possible exposure to disinfectant between 9 p.m. on April 23rd to 3 p.m. on April 24th. The spokesman said to the people who reached out that they did not die or require hospitalization. The spokesman reported the cases reported between Thursday and Friday were specifically about being exposed to Lysol. 10 of those cases were in regards to bleach, while 11 pertain to everyday use household cleaners. In a statement Friday, the White House press secretary Kayleigh McEnany, if I butchered your name, I'm sorry, added, President Trump has repeatedly said that Americans should consult with medical doctors regarding coronavirus treatment, a point that he emphasized again during yesterday's briefing. So, let me tell you what this is about. I'm going to tell you exactly what this was called, because it seems a lot of people don't understand this. I'm going to help clear the air. I'm going to help a lot of people understand what this is called, because I understand it can be confusing. I understand this kind of thing can be incredibly hard to grasp, so I'm going to help you out. This is called trolling.
Huh? What? Oh. Okay.
They were trolling. Nobody went to a hospital. Nobody actually consumed cleaning product. Trolling. This was trolling. And for them to take these calls, these people that are calling and said, hey, I did what Trump said and I just consumed cleaning product. For them to take these and try to run with it, for them to take these calls and like pretend like it's a thing, it's kind of shameful. It's also kind of shameful for these big news outlets and media organizations to put out headlines stating there's been a spike in people consuming products since Trump's speech. It's just false. It's just not true. Sometimes I wonder if the media understands that they're being trolled or not. Sometimes they get trolled and they don't realize it. I will say that much. But yeah, this is a case of trolling at its finest, and clearly it worked. Magnificent. Yeah, nobody went to the hospital. Nobody actually was hospitalized for consuming Lysol or bleach or anything like that. These are all phone calls um, that they made in a joking manner. They didn't require hospitalization or medical attention. So I just wanted to touch on that really quick because there might be some people that believe that it actually happened. Um, like my mother, for instance, she saw one of the headlines. She saw a headline saying that, and I had to tell her like it's actually not accurate. She's like, oh, so listen. I'll say this, and I mean this sincerely. It is incredibly easy to hammer Trump on the things he does just regularly. You don't have to twist or over exaggerate or even make up things to make him look foolish. He does that well enough himself. Needs zero help. Just be quiet, let him talk. Be quiet, let him do him, and he will embarrass himself. You don't have to get trolled and then run with it like it's a thing, because then when people see that, it puts them in a bad light. And then you give even a small credibility to when he says fake news. Stop it. Stop doing that. Cut it out. On to some other news. A couple videos ago, I'll probably have a picture on screen. I went at the throats of these people passing the last bill. What do they call it? The 3.5 bill. And I hammered away on the fact that they didn't put rent freeze in there. They didn't make it mandatory to have hazard pay for workers on the front lines. And of course, they didn't implement a UBI. And I've had people that's come in and said, oh, but they have plans to do it the next one. We don't have time. Like, what do you mean the next one? Do it now. Do it now. There's no reason to wait for the next one. Just do it now. Why are you waiting for the next one? Or, oh, we're going to do that the next one. Or maybe the one after. Just do it now. If you have, instead of making plans to do it for the next one, just do it now. And I stepped on their necks because they wanted to call it a half a bill. Oh, it's a half a phase. It's only $500 billion we're doing this time, so it's only 3.5. I don't care. Do it now. Do you not see it out here? People are willing to jump headfirst into the virus to get back to work. Do a couple of these things, and it will make our quarantine so much easier, so much smoother. Okay? I got on their necks about that. And then maybe the next day, it started picking up steam, and the Yang Gang started seeing from different sources all over that this bill didn't have what we needed. Remember, Scott Stanton sent out a freaking well-articulated letter saying we need UBI and we need it now. They ignored us. They covered their ears and they went on about their business.
No, we're not covering our ears. You guys.
So we showed them we're still in this shit. Watch what we're about to do. Let's get everyone's attention real quick. And we got Congress pass UBI trending. Just like that. I've come to the realization when we're on one accord, when Yang Gang's on one accord, we can get anything to trend. We can get shit done when we're on one accord. We're not always on one accord. I'm going to be honest. But when we are, we get shit trending. And then, admittedly, in print media, I've seen in a lot of different places, Congress pass UBI is trending, being talked about. And I like that. I like it a lot. And Forbes actually dropped an article. I'm going to read a little bit from it. Following the passage of a $484 billion bill to supplement the CARES Act, which does not include individual stimulus checks, supporters of former presidential candidate Andrew Yang took to Twitter to push for UBI, a concept he championed in the next bill with the hashtag #CongressPassUBI. Commentators took note of the similarities between Yang's UBI proposal and the stimulus check program included in the initial CARES Act passed in March, but some dispute that they are even the same policy, pointing out that the stimulus check is a one-time payment limited by income bracket, while Yang's UBI would be a reoccurring monthly payment to all Americans regardless of income. Yang supporters began tweeting the hashtag #CongressPassUBI at noon on Friday, which was trending with over 46,000 tweets as of 4 p.m., with Yang pushing supporters to call their lawmakers as well. So I'm going to stop for a second. This is true. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. What they did with the stimulus check is not the same as Yang's UBI. This is 100% true. But it's in the spirit of, it's in the right steps. It's pointing you in the right direction. It's showing, look, these things can happen. These things are real. We can get these things done. How did that feel receiving that $1,200 check? Now, there's all sorts of holes, all sorts of, inconsistencies with what they just sent out. Again, like we said, it's got a bracket, an income bracket on it. Still to this day, not everyone has received their $1,200 for a plethora of reasons. But a large majority, I want to say a vast majority of people that were eligible for it did receive it. And it is in the spirit of, as Yang likes to say, it's in the spirit of UBI. It's a step in the right direction. It's a taste. So I don't find an issue with correlating them at the moment, because it helps get what we want to accomplish accomplished, which would only be beneficial to everyone. Advocates specifically push for monthly payments of $2,000 for adults and $500 for children, rather than the $1,000 a month Yang proposed in his presidential campaign, which they argue would soften the economic downturn and reduce the urge to prematurely end stay-at-home orders. Let's pause again. What I've been talking about pretty much almost every video. Don't go back to work too early. Don't send us out there too early. Please, for the love of God, don't go back to work too early. This is what I've been saying, because if you go back to work too early, all that's going to happen is a reflare, and we're going to be in the same boat we were, and we're going to have to be shut down again. But I understand it's tough. I 100% understand. I'm not going to argue with anybody watching this that it isn't tough. I'm not going to argue with you. This is why we want $2,000 a month, $500 for children. It's $2,500. If you can do that, it would make it so much easier for people to say, all right, let's wait this thing out. Let's wait this thing out. Let's wait till this virus is gone. And oh, hey, by the way, I can buy some groceries. Oh, hey, by the way, I can pay this car payment. I still got car payments every month. I still got to pay my car off. That didn't stop. So, the $1,000 originally was great, and I understand it, and I'm still for that. But the $2,000 in this scenario, it makes sense. It makes sense, and I understand why Scott was pushing for that. And, anybody going through these tough times, not almost anybody, because we had a lot of MAGA protesting, but almost anybody going through these tough times, I don't see them turning this down. Some people point to a cash infusion bill proposed by Representative Ro Khanna and Tim Ryan, as well as a bill to give $3,000 to individuals and $6,000 to families, proposed by Representative Rashida Tlaib, as examples of benchmark legislation that could be passed. So, whoa, look at that. They're setting it in high gear. So now they're saying, as well as a bill, the cash infusion bill, to give $3,000 to individuals and $6,000 to families. And this was proposed by Rashida Tlaib, who I like a lot, as examples of benchmark legislation that could be passed. Now, that is, they're not screwing around there. Speak of the devil. Scott Stanton's a former Yang campaign surrogate and a board member of the UBI Supportive Fund for Humanity, told Forbes that the push was initially planned on May 4th. However, he said he learned last night that Congress was working on finishing up the next bill by Saturday morning. And the bill, as of that time, did not include any direct cash payments at all. So instead, we quickly advanced the plan to try to change that today. What up, Scott? UBI has attracted support from a surprising number of prominent figures. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. Jack, we have a problem. Not to get too off subject. I think it was fixed, but at some point earlier, was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday, but I believe it's back up. Howie Hawkins, who's in the Green Party and running, his Twitter account was deleted. Why'd you do that? Why'd you delete the person running in the Green Party's Twitter account? Now, do I think Howie has a chance? I don't think Howie has a chance, but he has the right to run, and he doesn't need his Twitter account deleted. But I'm pretty sure it's back up as of today. But Jack, cut that shit out. Unlike most of his fellow 2020 candidates, Yang's run has spawned a down-ballot movement based on his unique platform focused on UBI, addressing automation and enhanced public election financing. This movement includes more than 20 congressional candidates, dubbed the UBI caucus, mostly challenging fairly safe incumbents. Yang himself has been speculated as a candidate for a multitude of offices in New York, including governor and New York City mayor. I covered that. But has instead focused on his post-2020 career on his CNN commentator gig and his new organization, Humanity Forward. So, yeah, we got power. That's pretty much what I wanted to get to, is we got power. And I know getting something like a tweet trending is like, okay, we got something trending. But no, seriously, we have power. If we decide collectively to do something, we can get it done. We can get it done. And we're growing every day. We're growing every day. And so I just want to say good job, guys. Good job. And, you know, everybody's seen it. You don't think Congress knows that we had that trending? Now, how much they care, you know, that's debatable. But they saw it and they heard us loudly. There needs to be UBI in the next bill. Don't make me rant again. There needs to be UBI in the next bill. At the very least, there needs to be stimulus money in that next bill. At the very least. And that next bill needs to come earlier than later. It needs to come like ASAP. We don't, like, nobody has time. Like, nobody has time to be sitting on their fingers and twiddling their thumbs. Like, we don't have time. Chop, chop, chop. We wouldn't even have to be talking about stimulus checks. What are you going to do with the next stimulus checks? Worrying about when the next bill is going to come. If they just would have did UBI, a form of UBI, from the jump. If they would have did it from the get-go, we wouldn't be having this conversation, would we? So, just wanted to bring that to your attention. Good job, guys. There's a lot going on. I'm not going to speak on Kim Jong-un yet because it's conflicting reports. So I'm going to leave that until we know definitively what's going on. But yeah, things have been crazy the last couple of days. So if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo link in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps, especially because the last couple of videos I've done have been demonetized. The video I did yesterday, that was demonetized, of course. I mean, I have Trump pretending to drink bleach. YouTube's not going to allow that. They were like, fuck out of here. Click. You get no money from that one. So definitely feel free to donate to the channel if you can. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.
Fucked and drank all night, acted all alright, had no